the voice of the masses. Hear this, come on. Home down selector, home down selector. 98.1, the voice of the people. Radio democracy, radio democracy, radio democracy. For news, views, and entertainment. Radio democracy.
Alright, the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. It's exactly 7:30 a.m. from Studio Clock Stitching as we come to you with news and current affairs program. Good morning, Salon. Continue for listening to this very frequency as we get so much more information for you out there.
From the New Englandville studios, good morning and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, now Monday, 6 April 2026, and we will bring country on this edition Fambul, and I'm Jaffa Davis.
And Musa Kamara Naminim, good morning. In this edition of the program Good Morning Salon, some people wait up na Simira Chiefdom, Mabonto Village, Tonkolili District, say health center, school, and other basic facility them. Now some pandi challenge them, where this chiefdom don't they face for long term now. The Minister of Energy, Cyril Grant, say the EDSA chatbot system we they don't develop will make the authority able to respond quick one to low voltage, pole and cable problem, blackout, and other thing them where they happen to customers them where they use EDSA service. And today inside the program Radio Democracy they talk to the General Secretary for the Salon Football Association, Mohamed Benson Bawo. We go talk about the reason why they sacked the first-time Leon Stars captain Mohamed Kallon as head coach for the national football team Leon Stars.
Well, this is another thing in the inside the program, and remember, say you listen to Radio Democracy on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and the program is powered by AfriCell. You see also they listen to we from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Konadogo and Falaba District, Radio Maleng 88.5, Radio 1J 101.3 na Pujon District, Radio Kallon 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kallon, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando Radio 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, Voice of Maso Pujon District, Advocacy Radio Putloko District, Radio Katbami 106.7 na Tonkolimba, Hats FM on 95.9 na Moyamba District, and Tongo Radio on 107.5. The program na Good Morning Salon, and it come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And you say for the listen to it from wherever you get it from. Remember, say you can able to be part of this edition of the program by where you use the number 077-981-981. The number again 077-981-981. Or you can join the conversation on social media. Also, you will get a chance for use the comment section for make you comment, ask questions, and be part of the discussion where they carry on in the studio.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue with the start for look at issues. We go inside the Director of Country Planning, now the Minister of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, Sir Makanawa say. Then they work now with local councils them for see how they go give some of them functions them to local councils them for performer. A talk this inside one to the National Sensitization Workshop where the Minister of Lands, Housing and Country Planning all with different local council them for talk about urban planning and development control in the country. For more on this, we join Master Swari.
The Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning gets the mandate for manage, regulate, and oversee land issue them. Then same also they develop policy and facilitate registration of land ownership and enforce law and regulation them where they promote proper land governance. And as we foresee say, the country gets proper planning, make they don't get 2 days national sensitization workshop on urban planning and development control with different local council and other body them. The development practitioner and our World Bank, Malika Minsidin, talk about the importance of this workshop.
This is devolution in its truest sense, placing the planning decisions closer to the communities that they affect and empowering local governments to shape the growth of their own towns and cities. However, we must be honest about what this requires. Designating councils as planning authorities is only meaningful if councils have the ability, technical know-how, tools, and support to discharge that mandate effectively. And this is precisely why we are here today. The workshop is an opportunity to build shared understanding on the legal framework, identify where any gaps exist, and chart a path forward to effective implementation. So over the next few days, we will work through the key provisions of the Act, from institutional arrangements, development control, land use planning, and the National Country Planning Fund.
Where in the talk, the Director of Country Planning at the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, Sir Mark Kanawa, talk about the challenge them where the ministry be done the face where it can for urban planning and development.
I think one challenge where we be done to get all this urban planning and for let we make sure say we presence be felt now every corner of the country, but we'll not be able. Because we will not be even get to one vehicle. Remember, now we control development of the whole country, they will not even get bike for go anywhere in the country. So now we own private vehicles them, or we take transport for going to them place a day. Now that's what we do. But thank God for now this new leadership we don't get, Dr. Tuya Senesi. They therefore rally, they don't able for help make use of the staff that we get for let we rally around the world. Now one this order address, that is the old law we get. The old law, the penalties that will be the penalty too small. Imagine they say Aleka you block this road, you bill now for charge deposit £5, £100. They're not gonna lock the deposit.
Sir Mark Kanawa continue for talk about the thing them way they inside the National Country Planning Act 2025.
We be the do plans. Now we they be the control development. We know say as central government they're not gonna be too effective if we do all team. So now we they devolve some of them functions then they forgot to local councils. Now, then we do the local plans, let's say, like FCC, Freetown City Council, then for the whole of Freetown. Then we do all the plans for Freetown. We say the commercial side, we say the residential side, we say the industrial side, we say for do waiting, we say not for do waiting. Now, FCC, let's say FCC get for because they own local jurisdiction and the development within that area, now they control them. Because if you do the plan, you control development according to the plan you get.
Inside a talk, the Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, Phyllis Kapu, talked about the importance of the National Country Planning Act 2025.
Development of occur in high-risk areas such as surplus, wetland, flooding planning, and coast zone, frequently without planning infrastructures, drainage system, and assistance. This condition increases the vulnerability of our communities and landslide, flooding, fire, and structures failure, whilst undermining the safety and sustainability of our urban development. Recognizing these challenges, the government has taken an important step forwarding through the implement of the National Country Planning Act 2025. This legislation established a modern and unfinished planning framework for surveilling, strengthening development control, and enforcing a mechanism. The potential of sensible and sustainable urban development, importing the act designating local council, planning authority, and giving them priority responsibility for planning, preparation, and development management and implementation.
Phyllis Kapu end up say the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning will continue for implementing them. We will improve the country planning and development for the Society for Radio Democracy. Master Swari the report.
The program Good morning, Salon. They continue inside the program. They continue for look at another issue. We go inside as the Salon Football Association. They prepare for continue with the 2026 Orange FA Cup competition. We will start April 8 and 9 this year. The chairman for the FA Cup committee, Abdul Usman Toure, don't say the reason we make team them na Pujeong and Western Area Urban no go take part in this competition. Now because the District Football Association them now able show proof say then do team them for organize the FA Cup district qualification game for division club them to the term where the committee give them. Abdul Usman Toure talk this way the Salon Football Association together with Orange Salon go do official draw for about 32 teams them will for take part in the 2026 Orange FA Cup competition. I've been part of this and we put this report together.
Inside the last football season, one thing where people in the football community will miss better one. Now the FA Cup tournament will not be there. And this will make plenty people be get concerned about the integrity of the league and other them being get right for represent Salon na CAF competition them. This make the Salon Football Association inside the 2025-2026 Football League season bring back the FA Cup tournament will be start February 14, 2026. Now different parts of the country and from that time day to now, plenty Division 1 and Division 2 teams in a different region them be not take part for qualify for the round of 32 Orange FA Cup draw. But this draw now be mixed with team them what come out in Pujeong and Western Area. And the chairman for the FA Cup committee under the Salon Football Association, Abdul Usman Toure, will explain but why this happened.
Normally, the FA Cup, they allow every district for play football. And then they set up a timeline and dates them. So we start this league on the 14th of February, 2026. And we will be prepared for end up on the 22nd of March, 2026. From that time to March 22, as I tell you, either Pujeong or Western Urban no give any qualifier. So automatically, they take themselves out. Then people, then they not be even give fixtures. They're not even able playing venues where we as committee members them been they go, nor they be able to show we how them they play the league. Say we go to the 22nd, they not be able to show where anything that they are playing.
For the 2026 Orange FA Cup draw, now 14 teams will be partake by the district qualification stage. We join together with the 18 Premier League clubs there, and now from this round of 32, with other stage them to the final, we'll make one of them club here represent Salon inside the CAF Confederation competition for the next football season. And during the draw, the director of competition, now the Salon Football Association, Sori Ibrahim Sisse, be explain whose team go play the other team inside the round of 32.
AI Kallon versus FC Kallon. Ramke FC versus Wudum Stars. Bo Rangers versus Bindi FC. Battle Football Club versus Qualified Stars. Pekura Warriors versus Uperi Foundation. Star Sports Academy versus Prospect FC. Eastern Lions versus Chico Myers FC. Le Eagles versus Diamond Stars. Ports Authority versus Seda Stars. Uperi AC versus Vital City Football Club. Mighty Blackpool versus Yabatu Stars. Mara Stars versus Lua FC. Olden Warriors versus Northern Stars. Bulon Stars versus Wilberforce Strikers. Kabbalah City versus Cambo Eagles. Then of course Abacha FC versus Victoria Stiffer.
The director continue for talk about how this competition they play and when in the final.
The first 8 matches will play on the 8th and the last 8 matches on the 9th. For the round of 16, winner match 1 will play against winner match number 2. Winner match number 3 will play against winner match number 4. The list goes on. The final will be played on the 31st of May 2026 and the venue will be at the Santan Arena.
But after over 30 minutes where this draw take, it will reach time for listening to some of the team that will be part of this draw for talk about what's in the makeup of this draw and how they prepare for begin play the match. We're going to play April 8 and April 9 this year.
It is Magotawali, Secretary General, Port Authority Football Club. The process is fair, it's transparent. At least they do the draws and we all present and we all see it's a transparent draw. I think it's good for Kallon football. Very much so. Of course, we're in at the league currently. I think we are very much prepared. It's good for we, like I say.
We talk to Augustine Yaya Senesi, and they represent Lay Eagles from Kallon district, Bonibu to be specific. Well, it's a very good one, very transparent from what we see, because they do it before we and everybody see what happen. That was unfortunate that they put it together, so that is going to be a very good Eastern derby. The Eagles of the Lay, they're going to fly on that day above the Diamond Stars, because the Diamond are done in the end, really up.
They talk to Ibrahim Kamara, we are commonly known as Petisco. Lamina, the CEO for Marampa Stars Football Club. For me, it's very exciting, and the way they organize them is well coordinated, well organized, very transparent. Everybody feel relaxed, everybody feel good and happy around how the process go, and even the outcome. All man okay with the outcome. Now Lower FC, now they'll go for meet up and a premier team. Yes, we team prepare by God the power. And the good thing is now that they go between our hosts. So that one they alone make we happy.
Then Timia end up calling the FA Cup Committee and the Kallon Football Association for continue with this kind of transparency by other team them and make sure say they use the football law them so that this competition go avoid the Boku issue them. But then they unbug football progress in the country. Radio Democracy go continue for updates the public from 10 to 10 on how this competition dey progress. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Jaffa Mans Davis, they report.
Well, from that report today, we come to the studio, as we mentioned earlier in Sawampa, with headline stories them today. Now the program we talk to the General Secretary for the Kallon Football Association, we now Mohamed Bensin Bawo. Good morning, Bensin, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Kallon.
Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Jaffa. It's a pleasure.
Over the years, we don't host you as the acting General Secretary. Today, for the first time, we host you as the substantive Secretary General of the FA. Congratulations.
It happens to be my first media engagement since then confirm me as the substantive General Secretary. It's a pleasure being here. Yeah.
Okay. Today, we don't tell we listeners them. We idea for talk about the issue of the Mohamed Kallon saga and the future of the national football team, Leon Stars, and a host of things that may happen as the FA, the 1 year ago, be announced the appointment of Mohamed Kallon as the head coach for the national football team, Leon Stars. And just last week, we see an announcement say Mohamed Kallon not to the head coach again for the national football team. This don't come with mixed feelings, plenty unanswered questions them we there for talk about. Before we can, we just play a report about the FA Cup draw where Jaffa Mans Davis do that report day together. But one thing we come up clear na that draw day, na that the some districts did not take parts, like Pujaon. They not take parts in the western area, urban, not able to represent teams them for take parts in this competition. What does it mean to clubs them, now them parts them in the country?
Yeah, it means the leadership don't deprive them. These districts have district chairman, district executive, where they manage the affairs of the districts, and they all be given the tax for play the preliminaries of the FA Cup. We say the Division 1, Division 2 and Division 1 be involved and get district qualifiers. So under normal circumstance, had they played, we'll have had 16 district qualifiers, and of the 16 district qualifiers, we for don't play a playoff between 4 districts. We reduce the number to 14, because usually they approach the round of 32. Now 14 districts and they play the round of 32. And then the 18 Premier League clubs and join them where they go to 32 teams. But they not playing, they make life easy for Slafa, which was not what we wished for, because at the end of the day, the FA Cup is about ensuring that everybody plays. So basically, the clubs from those districts have been deprived of the opportunity of having, among other things, the opportunity for represent Sierra Leone in the CAF Confederation Cup and $100,000 just for qualification.
Any punishment?
And they had a chance. Well, the clubs then for take responsibility and take the leadership to tax. One punishment already is that they are not playing. in the competition. Two, the seed money they will provide for ensure that they play the league, they will not benefit from it. And we'll look at other actions we'll go take going forward.
This is not concerning for the FA, where it come at a time where on just to increase the regional disbursement to the district football association. Them.
Yes, it's concerning primarily because we think they don't get the responsibility for play association football, for which the constituents, the membership of the respective district, votes them into power, so that they're able to look after the welfare and represent them very well. So it shows they have failed. The constituents in that regard. But the funds provided to the regions was not primarily for the FA Cup. For the FA Cup, we will provide extra fund to the districts in particular and the regions for supervision. So for the districts, them will not play. That fund they will not make available to them. Yeah.
Okay, in name na Mohamed Benson Power, in the General Secretary for the Salon Football Association. They talk about the issue of Mohamed Kallon and also feature of Leon Stars. Lots for talk about. Just do clarification on teams them we not get for take part, or districts them we not get for take part na the round of 32 and would for responsible na the FA Cup. Mohamed Benson Power, we come to the issue we therefore we na the issue of the head coach for Mohamed Kallon. We see notice come on. We see Mohamed Kallon not to the coach again for the national football team Leon Stars. Before we come to the sacking, let me look at this contract first of all where the FA been signed up. Which kind of contracts the FA been gets with Mohamed Kallon?
It's a long drawn out stuff, but the FA have not before signed any contract with Mohamed Kallon. And we're not aware of any contract with Mohamed Kallon don't sign with the Sierra Leone Football Association, nor the NSA. But for put this in perspective, following the pronouncements of the appointment of Mohamed Kallon, the FA usually get the responsibility for develop a contract and present that contract there to the National Sports Authority on behalf of government for then review and agreement, particularly with regards to cost, because at the end of the day, now government of Sierra Leone they pay the head coach. So none of that not be achieved up to the time of elections and fast track forward after the elections. The president, being a very concerning leader, be end up for engaged leadership of the National Sports Authority, the leadership of the Ministry of Sport, for ensure that the issue we for do the contract of the head coach Mohamed Kallon is resolved. And several meetings were held in that regard. In particular, we hold one last meeting following several engagements with Mohamed Kallon on the side between in and Slafa only. We engaged the Ministry of Sports and the National Sports Authority in a meeting after a very long period of drawn out issues surrounding the contract, who does what, who does not do what. So that meeting resolved that it the responsibility of SLAFA for develop the contract of the head coach and present them to government for in review. Following that meeting, we go and engage. We develop a contract. We call the head coach Mohamed Kallon. He come, we review the contract, and then we hand the contract over to him for go review and also on his own, and probably involving lawyers or representative as the case may be in agents or something. And following that, Mohamed Kallon come back to we and explain we say yes, he don't go through the contract, and now we go move the process forward. At that time, in this very meeting, on the day of this very meeting, we had a communication from the Ministry of Finance, where they confirmed to we say they don't approve a payment for Mohamed Kallon and in backroom staff. and the details of which I'll come back to later as the time progresses.
Okay.
So this came to us as a shock. So in this meeting, we will discuss the final stage of in contract for onward presentation to the Ministry of Sport and the National Sports Authority. Mohamed was confronted with this issue of payment. And it's always say, well, in the first place, he confirmed that he done the talk with the NSA, particularly the Executive Director of Sports, Dr. Safar Abdullahi, regarding the money waiting for PM contract or so. But he never signed any contract. Yeah? And another shocking news will be there on that particular contract now be that there was a certain person, whose name I will call later as we progress, will be there on that list approved by the Ministry of Finance for payment. Yeah, we as LAFA will never submit that name there in that capacity to anybody in this country, not to the Ministry of Sport, not to the National Sports Authority, but yet we are shocked based on the information received from the Ministry of Finance that that particular person they named on that list in the capacity in which it was addressed. So this, when Mohamed was confronted with this issue, of course, he said no, as far as I'm concerned. In fact, that person, he never submit such a name. Fast track forward, we're not able to progress from that particular meeting with the contract issue. So we informed the Minister of Sport, and the Minister of Sport summoned us into a meeting. In that meeting, there was NSA, SLAFA, and we explained to them the circumstance we don't find ourselves. We are here. You as minister, you don't give responsibility. Not the minister. The meeting will hold the Ministry of Sport, the National Sports Authority, and SLAFA resolved that yes, now SLAFA get the responsibility for develop the contract. Whilst we're on the process of developing this contract, we have been shocked that, as a matter of fact, Mohamed Kallon has a contract by the National Sports Authority. We're not aware, we have never seen one, we'll never see drafts. Yeah? Now, the NSA present to ECS, they have done the contract, Mohamed is aware, blah, 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 blah. We say, we are not aware. Yeah? So at the end of the day, that meeting resolved that we are supposed to have another meeting. We say, NSA again go dede, SLAFA go dede, Ministry of Sport and Mohamed incessant go dede, because there were several in name of the play between NSA and SLAFA. NSA they say no, Mohamed said this, we say Mohamed said this. So he needed to be there as a third party and as a person concerned for really clarify those issues on those matters. But for answer your question straight on the contract, SLAFA as a body responsible for design and drafts the contract for SLAFA, for the head coach, and sign the contract with the head coach. So the contract is signed between SLAFA and the head coach. This is what I've operated in the past. NSA they sign as witness on the contract that we made on witness. For example, Amidu Karim, I was the acting general secretary and I oversaw that. Yeah, then they sign as witness. So we have not signed any contract, but NSA, they don't present a contract or something. It's not very clear. It's very cloudy to the Ministry of Finance that they have signed a contract with Mohamed Kallon, on which basis Mohamed Kallon was to be paid with his backroom staff.
Now, how much now the payment we then signed for Mohamed Kallon?
15,000 US.
15,000 US dollar for Mohamed Kallon alone monthly.
Yes, sir.
Now, you say when I be deep in negotiation where this agreement come about. When I get back to the NSA and ask them how this agreement come about, as you say, that the FA responsible for give contract to Mohamed Kallon. Meanwhile, when they negotiate, Minister of Finance just inform when I say contracts law reach them for Mohamed Kallon.
Yes, we did. You know, but let make this foundation here. The most important question we Sierra Leoneans want for know as a reason for SLAFA, reaching the decision that they will no longer work with Mohamed Kallon as head coach. Now, as a result of the fact that there has been a complete breakdown of trust in the leadership of Mohamed Kallon as head coach, based on a number of issues where I could take me time for highlights now. away from in coaching ability from the dugout. Because don't forget, coaching a national team or any team in the world is not just about your activity in the dugout or on the training pitch. Your activity outside that is very important. Because the national team, now the treasure of the country. It is a treasure. So if I reach outside, for answer your question on this, I go say, NSA claims say they don't sign a contract with Mohamed. Now, we requested for this contract to be shown to us. They never did. However, they be displayed to us in that meeting. Contract them where they don't sign with other coaches.
But they're not showing you Mohamed Kallon.
They're not showing. Now, when I see the contract where they say they don't sign with other coaches, they were never contracts. Because, for example, they had a contract for John Kister, who then claims in a contract. If you talk to John Kister, he had never seen such a contract between signed with NSA. John Kister, when he was serving as coach, signed with Slaffa. So, where I received the documents and peruse them, what they described as a contract was never a contract. However, it was an internal document we then developed as part of the process for request for the payment of the national head coach on the basis of the contract that had already been signed between the coach and the Slaffa. In this case, John Kister, for example.
So,
So I will assume that a similar circumstance be there between them and Mohamed Kallon. And Mohamed Kallon to date confirmed to we say he not ever signed contract with NSA. A contract is only a contract when it is signed between two persons. I no go sign on one party, the other party not sign as in a contract and it's binding on that person. It will never be.
So explain to the listeners, Una terminate appointments whilst Mohamed Kallon get contract with NSA.
Now we get the responsibility for hire the national team coach. I mean, NSA knows this. The Ministry of Sport knows this. So we don't take the responsibility and the onus for appoint the head coach. And let me state this. The head coach was appointed before this current leadership came to power. Yeah, and I mean, because of a lot of issues where premium attention not being paid to developing a contract or who does the contract, as a matter of fact, now ain't drag up to this point. But again, I say, where this current president take over as president of Slaffa, because that may be so dear to Ram, and all of the room will be there around, he said, no, I have to do everything humanly possible for resolve this issue of the head coach. Yeah? Now, the head coach, we engage on severally. And me go confirm through this medium, say, President Babadi Kamara don't get more meetings with Mohamed Kallon than all the presidents before him put together have had with the head coach of the national team before him and before Mohamed Kallon. Principally because he wants to ensure that that aspect together for the management of the national team is upkept in the best way possible, and also for build a serious trust between him and the head coach, Slaffa and the head coach, the executive committee and the head coach, and the backroom staff. Because, I mean, we all live in Sierra Leone. We know, say, going to the elections and after the elections, there was still a lot of voice out there that Kallon and the president and not go work because he not support the president, blah, blah. So the president had that extra responsibility for ensure that they don't ever play out. And it don't demonstrate that. I'll give you several instances. The president, the National Sports Authority be query the head coach. When they query the head coach, they say, go to media, go talk something, but friendly match is not friendly match. The president gave me directive on the approval of the executive committee that I should write the head coach and tell and say, make no reply to the query of National Sports Authority, because not to get the authority for query the head coach. So that was protection on his part. Yeah? Fast track forward, several engagements in relation to dealing with this. But if I for lay bare all of the issues we really lead with to this, if I'm given the time, now that I talk about loss of trust.
No, would they come, Benson, would they come to the reasons where the FA highlight to Mohamed Kallon, why they lay him off? But now we look at the issue between NSA and the FA. It seems as if Mohamed Kallon are victim of circumstance. All everybody they fight for who is in control. Is that the case?
I will not say he's a victim of circumstance. If he was a victim of circumstance, if he was to be a victim of circumstance in this case, the FA will have made a decision on this long ago. But we'll try severally for make the head coach understand, say, he employers na the Sierra Leone Football Association. Yeah? The government of Sierra Leone na independent. Even on the contract, it was clearly stated that he is employed by the Sierra Leone Football Association. And the reason for this is very simple. If government of Sierra Leone were based on your internal arrangements and agreements, Nigeria responsible for pay the head coach, if they fail for pay the head coach, and the head coach wish for seek any redress, na slaffer then they drag na court.
Okay.
And because na slaffer then they drag na court, and na slaffer they take full responsibility. That is why even on a contract on all the other coaches and before him, we say na slaffer na employee. So if you have any issue you get for do with your contract, come to slaffer. You're gonna cast na slaffer. Yeah. So it's about taking responsibility of that which we have to take responsibility.
Benson, will come back to you for give you the reasons them why una sack Kallon and putting at the meeting point between una and the NSA. But we just want to inform listeners and viewers that we try several times for reach out to the NSA for getting your part of the explanation, but we'll not be able to get person for talk on them as they say they're not ready for talk on this matter yet. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue to go for a break or can we continue the program Good Morning Salon?
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite. Pay other bill them and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
You ready for change the face of agriculture in Sierra Leone? Sierra Leone Chamber for Agribusiness Development, SLICAD, through partnership with government of Sierra Leone, they work for bring private investment inside the agriculture sector so that we go get more food, more work, and better life for all man. As one big promoter of the Feed Salon initiative, SLICAD they push for food security and job creation for reduce poverty and build inclusive growth. SLICAD they make sure say farmer them and agribusiness people get access to quality seed fertilizer and agrochemical on time and for affordable price. This na your opportunity. Join the movement where they transform agriculture, empower youth, and build one better Sierra Leone. Join SLICAD today and make we make history together.
Bloomberg Digital Banking don't come for we.
I thought so. You look stressed so.
Nah, bank are the one go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko cuts your eye.
But Abula fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Not so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital, you can bank with freedom anytime na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Aisatu Bloombank Digital.
Aha! Aisatu Bloombank Digital.
Yes, na me name. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloombank Digital Banking.
Bingo! Waiting you dey wait for. Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit we website bloombankafrica.com.
No left piano, cause Bloombank Digital they make you bank
With Collats, Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. Inside the program, we still get the Secretary General for the Salon Football Association, which we Mohamed Benson Bauer, where they talk about issues concerning the recent decision where the Salon Football Association take for pathways with the head coach of Leon Stars, Mohamed Kallon. Now, you don't explain a lot about the current situation about Mohamed Kallon getting a contract with NSA, terminating an appointment with him and things like that. The person when go sit down at us now go to wonder. You don't live through many or different leadership there under the Salon Football Association.
Mm-hmm. This is the third president.
Yes. How we reach to this kind of situation where NSA they do way get knowledge about growing the game of football and things like this they happen, and government they pay the price for actions and inactions from government institution when at the NSA and a footballing expert body when at the Salon Football Association.
So again, this clearly they speak to the ambiguity where the presidents of the federation, Mr. Babadi Kamara, they always they talk about when it comes to the national team, Leon Stars. This as a result of the fact that the three parties, if you like, the NSA, the SLAFA, and the Ministry of Sport, not able to reach a stage where the Ministry of Sport will not say, this not our responsibility. This not the responsibility of SLAFA. The NSA go nowhere and agree say, this not our responsibility. This is the responsibility of NSA, and this is the responsibility of SLAFA. And as a result of this, the reality is that the national team don't suffer a lot as against the expense of the taxpayers.
What are the underlying causes for all that?
I really have not been able to lay my hands on it.
Person go say now because a lot of money involved with camper football.
Well, probably money for sure. Football is money, and a lot of money involved when it comes to football. Yeah, and dealing with these issues, they're very difficult and complex because at the end of the day, if now we as LAFA, now we, the world governing body of football, give the authority for manage football in this part of the country. Now we government recognize through the National Sports Authority for manage football in Sierra Leone. Because don't forget, we are registered with the government of Sierra Leone through the National Sports Authority. For what? For manage football in Sierra Leone, not for manage cricket.
This is a damage integrity.
So which means?
Of a country when it comes to football business outside.
Yeah, sure.
Because
at the end of the day,
many others don't they play on for a very long time.
Because at the end of the day, for the one that don't get the opportunity for travel national team delegation, when they go out there or when national teams during the days when national teams at the car, you cannot see a government person taking charge of national team. Nowhere. Now only in a salon. So this is a huge ambiguity. Until and unless this is resolved, SLAFA will continue for they at a disadvantage point of the total care of the national team, and we also go suffer huge damage in terms of with chances of qualification.
Benson, when you
events.
Start for talk, you talk about the fear of the president, Babadi Kamasi. If anything happened between you and Kallon, then go say perhaps that we not support him during the election. And when this sacking come about, plenty say, oh, now we Mohamed Kallon not support Babadi. Now, as the Secretary General for the FA, take me through the reasons them we make una sack Kallon, if in any way get to do with politics or football politics, where Babadi or Mohamed Kallon not been support Babadi during the election.
You know, you're not for do football politics. So I will refer you to two. One, I cannot call it a public because this was in the dressing room. You understand? We say not to Mohamed Kallon no more day. The backroom staff day. I mean, there were press people, particularly. I mean, the one who get inside information on that day, and then there were football players in Liberia. Where the president win, who win the match against Guinea-Bissau, the president made an address in the dressing room, and he made it abundantly clear. You understand that in support to Mohamed Kallon is unmatched, because at the end of the day, it is the result that he wants. He cares less about what will happen between him and Mohamed Kallon, or waiting at the perception of people as a relationship between him and Mohamed Kallon. What he cares about is that Mohamed Kallon able to produce results for the country, you understand, and live the most enviable professional life as a head coach of the country. That's what he cares about. In a public address, also in the last press conference with Slafa, the president made this commitment. In fact, it was a certain journalist, we asked about the head coach in contract, if he get for the fact that because of the politics that exists between the president, or perceived politics between the president and Mohamed during the course of the election, I make the not get in contract. So the president made it very clear. He say that is never in play, and it has never been. I don't tell you, say the president don't engage Mohamed than any other president before him as a head coach.
Yes.
The executive committee don't engage Mohamed in several instances, including the retreats where they hold. They call Mohamed, then talk to her on a special platform, he and the team manager, assuring him of government support. And they also requesting for his unflinching.
So if all this happened, why Mohamed Kallon for be sacked?
Okay, great. So now, Mohamed Kallon was sacked for three main reasons. Yeah? One, based on in conduct with us during the course of this contract.
Explain better.
I will explain. The second part, based on in conduct during the course of him Slafa requesting for his credentials and him submitting his credentials to us. You understand? Third, based on his approach to his work outside the dugout and on the training pitch. Now, if I for expand on the first one, now, during the engagement with Mohamed Kallon, and to be fair with him, he made it very clear to us that he and the NSA and Dr. Abdullahi don't they get conversation on how much he for be paid. He made it very clear in several meetings. What he did not make clear was that, and it still is, they not ever reach an agreement as to how much he should be paid. I want to follow. This is Mohamed Kallon speaking to us, that he and NSA never reach an agreement. Now, in this meeting, where I say the head coach was approached or was confronted with the information we get from Ministry of Finance, because Ministry of Finance writes NSA for the first time, I must say, then copy in the letter. This has never happened before. The copy in the letter. That was how we got to know. If we are not copied in the letter, maybe pass over a year and you say they don't pay the head coach. We only got to know because we are copied in the letter. Now, when he was confronted, the goalkeeper coach, we don't the coach Leon Stars as goalkeeper coach, now Banju. Yeah? We'll see the letter from the Ministry of Finance. The goalkeeper coach will be listed for be paid where they don't calculate in payment and approve. Na Kemokai Kallon.
So now the person this way say una not put on the list.
One day.
So would I put on?
You have to ask NSA, because there is no communication between us and NSA, whether through a meeting, a letter, a verbal communication, online, on the site, in the room, in the boardroom, communicating. Communicating. Kemokai Kallon as goalkeeper coach of the Young Stars. Kemokai Kallon was communicated to the Ministry of Sport and the National Sports Authority as the kit manager. If you look at all the correspondence between we, the National Sports Authority, the Ministry of Sport, and all the federations that don't play, during the course of Mohamed Kallon being the coach, Kemokai Kallon has been the designated kit manager, including the most recent FIFA series match we'll play. Yet, we'll receive the information from the Ministry of Finance, a shockwave for no say Kemokai Kallon, neither the goalkeeper coach. When Mohamed Kallon was asked, are you aware that Kemokai Kallon was enlisted on this list as goalkeeper coach? It's also in Pekin, he's never aware. So it's in two Pekin them. He's never aware. Yet, we'll approach NSA. NSA tell we say, Mohamed Kallon not only aware, he be take part in the deliberations. He aware saying that Kemokai Kallon is submit. As a matter of fact, NSA tell we say in the meeting, not to conversation between me and somebody in the NSA. This was in a meeting inside the Minister of Sport day, NSA Sidom. Yeah. Then communicate to we say, Mohamed Kallon submit to the say the goalkeeper coach where then get inaugural qualification when Banju. And as a result of that, now make they not put her on the list to be paid. But Kemokai Kallon gets qualification. They even send Kemokai Kallon in qualification to NSA. NSA, Mohamed Kallon did. You understand? So, this take we are back. But look, Mohamed, we have been very open and honest with you. Come out to we and tell we exactly what they happen. Like I say, you never shy away from the fact that you don't get conversation with NSA on how much it should be paid. But you never confirm that they don't agree. You understand? So, to us, and even in that meeting, you understand? We don't get, I mean, close meetings. Not distance meetings like 1 month after, 2 months after. Because we had several meetings during the course of that in contract. You never disclose to we say they don't agree. And NSA don't send information to Ministry of Finance. NSA confirmed to we say Mohamed Kallon did not only converse on phone, he even went to the office, they agreed on the terms before they communicated to Ministry of Sport. Yet, Mohamed Kallon not ever disclosed unto we. Say this don't happen. So we saw that to be very dishonest.
So this money where they pay Kemokai Kallon, or this money where they say for pay Kemokai Kallon, now backlog or now backlog.
I think for 8 months.
So Banjul line work, but now Kemokai Kallon name
the yes sir. So we told them on no uncertain terms, we cannot accept that. Yeah. The other thing, NSA communicated to Ministry of Finance and tell them say there is a goalkeeper coach to be paid. We no ever communicate to them. Say they for pay goalkeeper coach, and this is the reason. Now, if you look at the goalkeeper coaches from Supe, Tamba Moses, you understand? He has never been on payroll for government. Yeah? To Hassan Bongo, when I take after him, who else have coached? To Banju, to this, we never. Maybe I cannot go through the whole list. When Tamba Moses was head coach of the goalkeeping unit of the Leon Stars, yeah, he was paid by Slaffer. He was a staff of Slaffer. Now, and because of this, we never submit in for let government pay. And by the way, we are not against government paying the goalkeeping coaches. We have to make this very clear. We are not against it. For say Slaffer and I say let them block, let them pay. No, we are not against it. All we are saying, if this is supposed to be the case, we have to be aware. We should be we should propose this to the Ministry of Sport, to the National Sports Authority. I must, however, be fair with the minister, because in one of our meetings, it be request if they pay the head coach, assistant coach 1, assistant coach 2, and they not pay the goalkeeper coach, he say, not good. Let's see how we go look into this. So this was a matter to be discussed and agreed on. But that was never reached. Only follow receiver information say the goalkeeper, there is a goalkeeper coach to be paid too, and the goalkeeper coach to be paid is Kemokai Kallon and not Banju. When I don't do the work, so we saw that to be very dishonest. Mohamed never disclosed that to us in all of our deliberations, and he was aware based on what happened. So that's one aspect. Now the second aspect, therefore, do what to say during the course of this credential stuff. Now, Mohamed, the coach Leon Stars, and they will receive information on the 24th of
From,
May.
from Uda.
From CAF.
See,
for let person qualify for big coach for the national A team, assistant coach 1, assistant coach 2, goalkeeper coach now. For let you qualify for big coach for the under 20, under 17, under 15, men, women. Now this set of qualification, and the person forgets.
Now I know that.
Not till now we know this. Okay. Now the time we CAF communicated this on the 24th of May. This was even before the president came to power. President Babadi came to power. Because he came to power on the 2nd of August. Yeah? Okay. So fast track forward. Based on the information we get at the material time, we wrote to Mohamed Kallon concerning one of his backroom staff. It was not even about Mohamed Kallon. Paul Packer.
Okay.
You understand? Can you please get... we did not go to Paul Packer straight because not to Paul Packer, now Mohamed Kallon, 9 count as in backroom staff. Or 9 choosing backroom staff. You understand? Now, and he sent his credentials into we. We realize he not meet the threshold where CAF communicates. And therefore, forbid the assistant coach, whether 1 or 2.
What do you get?
And as a result of this, he has a UEFA A based on the waiting and communicate to we. And for be head coach or assistant coach, you have to have a UEFA Pro. Now, this is it. There are several licenses in the world. You understand? And this is issued by confederations. So in CAF, CAF 9 the issue for we. We have CAF A, CAF D, CAF C, CAF B, CAF A, CAF Pro. Same for UEFA and the other confederations. But CAF, say, if you qualify for coach with national team, you have to have a CAF A. If you have a CAF A, because I will give you license, I want to protect to people them, local content if you like, you're the coach. But if you come up from another confederation and you want to coach our national team, you have to have a pro. Of any license you get, you have to have a UEFA Pro. You understand? So because you not get UEFA Pro, it means you not qualify for coach. Yeah? This was communicated. Now, and then we had reason also for narrow this to everybody now at the technical group. This was a decision of the technical committee of SLAFA that this should not be limited to the national team only, and this also they don't write to. Law request for all the credentials of the national team coaches. But for those where they coach under 20 under this, we have the records. We don't need to go ask another person. You understand? Because now we issue license to them. Yeah? But again, we request Former bring in credentials. Yeah? In fact, this 9 lead with for go do the refresher course for A. Because even those who be the coach the national teams with the CAF A, I mean, they were not qualified as per the CAF standard because they don't be get the coaching license. Now, there is a coaching diploma and there is a coaching license. The coaching diploma is issued at the time of completing the course. The coaching license is issued every 3 years. Every 3 years, they do refresher course for like renew your license. Okay. Yeah? And we asked Mohamed, provide for all this information. Mohamed, it took long period, back and forth. He presented to us some documents when we not conform to the normal standard.
Why don't I make this request for Mohamed? Provide this information.
I cannot be exact with the dates now, but this was this year.
Okay.
Yes, I cannot be exact. During the course of the program, I can be exact with the dates. Now, Mohamed present to us some set of documents. We not conform to the normal standard of the UEFA issued license. Get in explanation what we provide, but he said, I will get for you the originals. You understand? They gave him a timeline to do the presentation. The timeline came and passed. And then he was called into a meeting by the technical committee, forget one-on-one conversation with her. When he came into the meeting, he brought the diploma, which was issued in 2020.
Whose diploma? CAF or
no, UEFA A diploma. And he also bring the coaching convention license. You understand? Will be issued this year also. But during the course of this, Mohamed had gone on air also for talk about this license. I was like, I don't ask them for this, blah blah. But now they do a refresher course, they did this. We saw that as a betrayal of trust. We got to do the communication between us and Mohamed Kallon. because we have been on this for the longest time. Imagine, I tell you from Port Parker, the public never knew about this. Because for us, it was not for the public. Because this is not something we get the potential for damage the reputation of Slaffer. For say, we appoint coaches, we not even qualify. Or we not make the threshold for be coached. And don't forget, this thing came out in May. After May, Mohamed Kallon don't coach several matches, not so. Not so. He has coached several matches for Leon Stars. Now, we realize that as a matter of fact, this is through him confirming to us that yes, I have not done my license for a period. Yeah?
You know, renew?
Renew.
Okay.
You understand? And if you not renew, you know the coach. This is not me speaking. This is the regulation. This is the rule. For CAF and for FIFA. Now, so we see the damage with immediate engagement, therefore do the fact say, going to the media and inform the whole world, say, you, Mohamed Kallon, head coach of Leon Stars, you are currently doing your refresher course for a new license, don't put we in a reputational damage situation on the basis of the fact that you have been coaching with a license where you're not supposed to coach with. So that is what that means. Because with your UEFA diploma, until and unless you go through the coaching convention every 3 years, you are not qualified to coach. This is what CAF says. This is what UEFA says. It is in their rules. So based on that, we saw it as a big slap on our face. We don't do on this talk. One day, slap and not go on the media. No publication, no nothing. Why? Because we see it as an internal engagement. So if we engage you internally for cover your own end and the country, and then you go expose it to the world, that could lead to loss of trust. And then one second loss of trust.
So now one of the reasons that they will make a saga.
Yes, sir.
For that Facebook we go and say
yes,
it depends reading cause.
Yes, sir.
But what's the actual license?
Mohamed Kallon, by the information we'll get, we don't provide for we.
You don't submit to una now?
Yeah, you don't submit to. I tell you, in the meeting with the technical committee, he brought his diploma and this, and the license. But by the way, Mohamed Kallon did it course in 2020. So which means this license we get for be supposed to be in second license. Because the first one ought to have been done in 2023, and the second one in 2026. And in 2029, he's ought to do another one to keep his license valid. But that is aside, because we have officially requested to the authorities, to the issuing authority of this license, for giving the information. Whether it will be important to us now, it still will be, because tomorrow or the day after, or
when on a request?
We made this request specifically it was made on the 10th of March. On the 10th of March.
Benson, before we
get back tonight.
No, they have got back to us on 2 occasions.
Benson.
And as recent as this morning, the officer responsible, Mr. Rudolph, let me just land, Musa. Mr. Rudolph shared with me the information that they had requested for the information, and when they receive it, they will share it with us as of this morning. Okay. They say our team has filed a confirmation request with the relevant authority and will revert to you as soon as possible. Wish you a happy Easter Monday. This was as of this morning. Okay. Now Mr. Rudolph make this reply. He's the head of license and UEFA. So yes, that is ongoing. The third part.
Benson, they come to the third part. We come go online and join the one first-time Leon Stars player. We in Alaji Kama. We been take a position on the sacking of Mohamed Kallon. But before we go online, there was this thing that you or the FA be imposed a Guinean goalkeeper coach on Mohamed Kallon for making go with him, and this not the agreement or one of the agreements they wanna get with him. How true?
No, so that was the third part I was going to go to.
Well, before that, let we go online and join Alaji Kama. We now first time Leon Stars player, and if we make a position for Seka the sacking of Mohamed Kallon. Now we get online. We na Alaji Welbe Kama. Good morning, Alaji, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon. Yes, Alaji, they come in very low. Okay. On the issue of the sacking of Mohamed Kallon, you are one of the first-time Leon Stars players them we come and take a position and call on the FA for explain to the public the reasons them we lead to the sacking of Mohamed Kallon. What make Al-Haji Kama so much interested in this topic?
I'm interested in this topic because, first of all, the Federation, Mohamed, they work for the people of Sierra Leone. We get to know, say, when anybody you take up a position for work for the people of Sierra Leone, now your duty for me you can explain to the Sierra Leone people them within that you and the responsibility and teaches them within the office of any government for making you explain to the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay. So what do you make up of the sacking of Mohamed Kallon as first-time player?
Because the statement we the Federation put out there, I think say the statement convincing to people. One of the things we make a come up and talk about this, we just want a clarity. We want enough explanation. We will convince people why they sack Mohamed, because when you think about when you talk about Mohamed, when you mention the name Mohamed Kallon, you know, say this is a legend. So you cannot sack that kind of person. You know, convince the people and count proper explanation to the public for make the public understand what's in the reason why you sack Mohamed Kallon.
Now, listening to the Secretary General this morning, he said they sacked Mohamed Kallon for 3 reasons. One, dishonesty, which he they negotiate with the FA, then the same time he they negotiate with the NSA, and name appear on the list to Minister of Finance, where the FA not aware of. Mohamed Kallon not been take responsibility for this name here, so we appear on the list. Now, one of the reasons them we then get issue with him. And the second one we get for do with in license, we then be asking for, but it been go on social media and say it depend doing refresher cause we according to Benson, this gets a very serious reputational damage to the FA because it say Kallon don't be done the coach teams them or be done the coach the national team where you know get this license. If you go out, then the world go no say this and don't happen and they get issue with FIFA. These are some of the reasons them where the FA don't mention this morning say make them sack Mohamed Kallon.
Again, like I said, there will be an explanation. Okay, bringing out these things. Mohamed not gets a valid license. If Mohamed not gets a valid license, we are not here to defend Mohamed as much as we want Mohamed for make it in at the position of coach the national team because Mohamed we see and say that the right person for league for make we qualify to the next major tournament. This is what we were asking the Federation to do, and a responsibility when I come out, when I put statements, when I make press conference to the people of Sierra Leone, make people get reasons. Because again, for me, talking about Mohamed issue with the Federation, it was not enough, it was not convincing. But if the account thinks they were convincing, Mohamed gets a valid license, Mohamed gets a valid license, of course, they're not capable to lead with because this go affects with national team. You cannot employ a coach who don't get the requirement for make it be the national team. If the coach don't get the requirement, you're not supposed for employer, you're not supposed to get a contract. So these are the things that will make a come out. Okay, now it's convincing. Now Mohamed also therefore explain to the public if he gets with all these things that will come out to if the SLFA now lie to run, make it also come clear to the public say I get a valid license. So these are the explanation we need. So it's not like nobody know they against the Federation. Nobody know they against Mohamed. If Mohamed is not doing the right thing, we will come back on social media. Maybe we say we opinion. As much as we love Mohamed, as much as we see Mohamed as a role model, as a legend, instead owe the public an explanation. Because when people say things about you, you need to come out and make those clarity.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alhaji Kamara, for joining me in Saturday edition of the program. Good morning, Saloon.
Thank you once again. Thank you.
Okay, in name na Alhaji Kamara, first-time Leon Stars player. In your position on Mohamed Kallon in sack one, who said he urged the FA for come out to the public and explain why they sack Mohamed Kallon. Benson, before we go for that break, we will explain the 3 reasons why they sack Mohamed Kallon. One part of the reasons them is saying that dishonesty, 2 na in certificate, and the 3rd one is saying that waiting in activities na the dog out. What do you mean in activities out?
Okay, I'll come back to that. So let me put it straight. We are not saying we sack him because he get invalid certificates. That's not what we are saying. This has to be very clear. Yeah? We are saying he was sacked because of his approach to the verification process of his license. What is very clear is that Mohamed Kallon had been coaching without a valid license. Who gets the full responsibility for taking? I'll get the blame.
But then I just what you say.
No, I'm coming. No, let me just land. No, let me just land.
You say the one way you get.
No, let me just land. Let me just land. As I sit here now, he has provided to us a license we appear to be valid, which we are verifying. So that's why I said we are not saying he was sacked because he hasn't got a valid license. The people have to understand this very clearly. You understand? Because he, Mohamed Kallon, will have a responsibility to defend ourselves, but he has his reputation too to protect. Yeah? What we are saying, as of the time Mohamed Kallon got employed as a coach, he had no valid license. You understand? So if it was just for the non-valid license, he would have been sacked long ago. But the FA had the patience to deal with this issue internally and reach at a conclusion where the public not going to know safe. We'll cover ourselves in glory and move forward. Him being the national coach, we've been behind him to support. But Mohamed Kallon can expose the FA to the public. Through in live program we do, explaining to the public that he's now renewing his license. And this is what the convention says, the UEFA coaching convention under which he holds his license to coach. The convention says, this is the UEFA coaching convention 2020. The convention says, under validity, article 32, anybody can go read it on the line, online. It's available, not a secret document. It says, when, this is 32.2, when a UEFA coaching license expires, its holder loses the right to coach and must, it not say may, it say and must undertake further education organized by a convention party, in this case the Italian FA under which you're doing license, to be reissued a license. Now I'll give you an example. We have a coach here called Tito Cole. Tito Cole is a very renowned coach in Sierra Leone. He had a contract with a club, a premier club in Liberia, a top tier club in Liberia. He was coaching the team and he was never allowed to go to the dugout. He has a valid diploma, which is a CAF A, but he hasn't got a valid coaching convention, which is a license. Because since he obtained in CAF A, he not do refresher course, which is also not his fault, a fault of Slaffer. But the current president, being somebody we really they look forward for improve the game, he quickly employed a qualified technical director. We fastly moved them processes into place. And we were able to do the refresher course for all licensed A coaches that we come the parties. So now they have a valid license to operate. So we are saying, out of the time we don't ask Mohamed for submitting license, he had no valid license. He did not come to us straight and say he no gets. He kept telling us, I will come, I'll bring it, until eventually bring us. So the issue we will get to this whole process was him exposing us to the world that we had employed a coach. We not qualify for coaching national team. We don't stand at the dugout for coach World Cup matches. We not qualify. It don't expose the FA, and this may lead to sanctions. We don't know what CAF, not FIFA, we say going forward in this matter. If he had not gone to the public online, we would have been able to manage this internally. But now you don't expose it. We have been exposed to ridicule. So because he exposed it to ridicule, he not keep that material fact confidential between we and him is what we have issue with. If you go through all the process of that investigation, there's nowhere where you go see online we still have a post X or Y about Mohamed Kallon.
Now, Benson, the final reason where you say una sack Kallon, because I ask you earlier, say one of the reasons they say una get disagreement with Kallon because una impose a Guinean goalkeeping coach on him, and you say that's not part of the third reason. Take me through the third reason.
No, I'm not saying that.
He said that one of the now they be the camp.
So this is it. Mohamed Kallon, as the head coach of Leon Stars, get responsibility for represent Sierra Leone in the best way possible, as required by law. One such way, now for appear na pre-match press conferences organized by either the Confederation or FIFA. For appear na the post-match press conferences organized by the Confederation, because other than for AFCON would they play for qualify na how do I call it, na World Cup, it is the Confederation that manages it on behalf of FIFA. So now the Confederation and the organizer. So for us, consistently skipping these activities is a repetition of damage to Slafa. And Mohamed have been spoken to before concerning these issues. Me, in my presence, the president don't talk to him. Mohamed, I say, no, I don't get license, so I don't get contract, now I can only do this. You don't get contract, now you fly for go coach. Now you turn up every day in the morning for go coach. If really you are not doing this because you don't have a contract, you're not even supposed to turn up for coach. If you turn up for coach, you coach the team, you select the team. Okay, first you invite players, you coach them, you select the team, they go on to play. They say, do post-match, you say, no, you don't get license, you do. It does not tell well. So consistently, you know they do. Do a pre-match, a pre-departure press conference for announce the team. Mohamed, you not get interest. They say you not get contract, so you know they do. So these are consistent things that we hit we have not been coming out to the public for explain, for go, because we don't want for ridicule, we don't want for expose them. We think we can manage it, but manage and take to the point of brink. We get serious, not only reputational damage, but sanction. How do I call it? Sanctions being imposed on us by FIFA. You understand? Because as a federation, we are required at all times, not sometimes, at all times, to go by the dictates, directives, decisions of CAF, WAFU, and FIFA. At all times, not sometimes. This should be respected by us, our members, and our officials. Nobody not forced to go sign up to that convention. We did it out of our own free volition. So if we did it as a federation, we get a responsibility to follow up on them. You understand? So the sequence of this denial of going to the press conferences was a big issue. But Usai, the final nail on the coffin happened. Now Usai, Mohamed Kallon, they went to Azerbaijan to play in the FIFA series, sanctioned by FIFA. And it was a decision of FIFA that all the head coaches for appear at the pre-match press conference. Why? Because they want to give information. These people need value. Mohamed Kallon his name is value. So if you have him as a head coach, he can appear at a press conference, journalists and advertisements are going to be done there, then get displayed there. That is where the marketing happens. And say, you know, they do them. You are getting under their skin. You understand? And they misrepresent Slafa. You know, do them. But this not to be the worst situation. The worst case situation was Mohamed Kallon sending Paul Parker. Paul Parker is somebody who have done extremely well for Sierra Leone during the time of play, and for the time we don't join Mohamed for coach. But unfortunately, he's not qualified to be on the technical team as a coach. Mohamed Kallon spoke to us, and we understood. We stood by him. He said, he's not going to get Paul Parker out of the team because he valued to him. However, in the register, they proposed to wait for register as a mentor coach. As a mentor coach. So if Mohamed Kallon go to Azerbaijan and left the assistant coach one, Musa Kallon, and left himself, not going to pre-match press conference, he send a mentor coach, that is damage to Slafa. Because he's not the coach. You cannot send a mentor coach or a physio or a medical doctor to a press conference. He never did.
So what thing Mohamed Kallon tell una say why he need to call press conference?
Sorry? I alluded to it. I say he not get contract. But yet they turn out for coach on a daily basis, they turn out for on the team,
now, they talk about how in a shy person. Why now they talk about contract issues?
I'm a very shy person. Jaffa. We all live in this place. Outside with football environment, they see me inside. I'm a very shy person. Forget about working council, media or whatever. I'm a very, very shy person. But when you have a responsibility, you have to carry it out. Yeah? Now,
Benson,
fast track forward.
In a press release, you talk about how this decision take due deliberation and considered assessment on strategic imperative. How this affects that side?
So this affects you because, look, when I was here for talking about the president in 100 years, in 100 days in office, I said one of the most important aspects we don't bring, in leadership don't bring, are goodwill. Goodwill comes with good reputation. If you have a bad reputation, you don't get goodwill. So Sierra Leone should not be known for bad reputation. I had a national assembly at a press conference, CAF Macan, FIFA Macan, CAF Macan, FIFA Macan. It's not good for our rating. You understand? And I will not be surprised, nor shocked, if by Tuesday I receive an information from CAF speaking to disciplinary action in respect to Fote Apoyanda. Now, so speaking to your answer directly, we consider all of the incidents Mohamed do, it cause reputational damage to Slafa. And because we cannot continue with it, and it appear for treating with neglect. Because if you can't tell we say no, this coach he cannot be on the technical team anymore because he's not qualified. He said no, I need him. I said okay, no problem, you can go with him on the basis of the fact that you say he'll go out as mentor coach. Granted. So if you go as mentor coach, don't go present him to the world.
I mean, another assistant coach.
Sorry?
Another assistant coach.
No, we have told him long before that he should cease being the assistant coach. On the goalkeeping coach,
Bessie, one go for a break quick before we come on this one. Paul Parker being mental coach and also allegation of you imposing a Guinean on Mohamed Kallon. We'll go for a break quick. We'll come back to you, clarify the issues here.
Thank you.
Cecil, do you know any sharp user I go able get quality laptop or desktop computer for buy? When I go give me wahala like the last one?
Aisha, you see this Dell computer na me hand? It don't pass 8 years from where I begin user. It don't one day give me problem. Na Palestino International in shop, na 5 and 6 Gloucester Street, na they a buyer. Not to copyright Palestino they sell, na original. You see this me plasma TV, this Samsung home theater, me standing fan and mobile phone. Every day when you see them, it's like a new one. They don't pass 8 years na me hand. Palestino don't open Palestino International Computer Shop na 3 Bojon Street Bow. Also you they get all kind computer for buy. For more, just call 076 56 5432 077805898. Palestino International in Computer Shop. All team day for you.
The road now for you, so you for take 10 use if you walk or they drive you for always take care.
Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority (SLRSC) management get for know but the way and manner where some people then they take money from the public, they make false claims say now for saga SLRSC. This nothing way then condemn bad one, and the one for let the public know say SLRSC no ever asks for that. As part of the commitment for improved service delivery, SLRSC don't make sure say the service then they across the country. This is the breakdown of driver's license by category and cost. Category A now for motorbike license normal na 660 leon. Category A plus now for tricycle license normal na 660 leon. Category AA plus now for motorbike and tricycle license normal na 660 leon. Category B now for where you dey drive car, jeep, van na 1,200 leon. Category C now for where you dey drive truck normal na 1,250 leon. Category D now for excavator them and machine them where they dig the ground na 1,300 leon. Category AB now for motorbike, car and jeep them na 1,550 leon. Category BC now for car, jeep and truck them na 1,600 leon. Category CD now for truck and machine them where they dig ground na 1,650 leon. Category ABC now for motorbike, car, jeep and truck them na 1,700 leon. Category BCD now for jeep, truck and machine them where they dig ground na 1,750 leon. Category ABCD now all the category them now 1,800 leon. Do ya get this that you mind say the money where you dey pay for new license now the same money you dey pay for renew your license by category. Always ask for official receipt where you pay. SLRSA they make all things bang bang and serve salon people them with respect. They want the public for report any of them kind of a thing and day to SLRSA by way for call the another number yasu +232 76 643 664 +232 76 858 635 +232 75 198 796. Now Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority and Autospect SL Limited bring this message to you.
You dey get problem for find the right bank for keep you couple or do business? Union Trust Bank UTB na your solution. UTB they do internet banking where they make them easy for you for know wetin dey happen with your account any side you dey anytime you put or take money. We dey give we customers them loan we no go monitor them for pay at all. Oh yes, Union Trust Bank na the bank for you. Now UTB, all we customers them special and we get good workman them where they cater for all we customers them banking service. We then a plenty sign of the country. We then a Kabbalah, Cambia, Lonsal, Jala, Maboka, Bo, Kenema, Kono and Mile 91. You can get more information but we at www.utb.sl or come now we head office now number 2 House Street, Freetown. Union Trust Bank, now the true bank for you.
Good morning, Salon Day continue, and in Saturday edition of the program, we talk to the General Secretary for the Salon Football Association, Mohamed Benson Bawo, where they give reasons for the sacking of Mohamed Kallon. But one mention to the listeners and viewers that we've been trying to get Kallon, but we'll not be able to get him. And also try to get NSA somebody for talk on this issue because a lot of things revolve around the NSA with regards this matter, as Benson explained this morning, but not be able to get person from the for talk. Benson, before we go for that break, you be to talk about Paul Parker being the mental coach and also the issue of the goalkeeper. Now we look at the issue of Paul Parker. I mean, is it not the assistant coach to Mohamed Kallon?
Yeah, he was proposed by Mohamed Kallon as assistant coach too. But fast track forward, like I say, we'll find out, say, he not meet the threshold where CAF sets for qualify for coaching national team, for be a coaching staff of the national team. But Mohamed Kallon, given that it's based on the working relationship and the inputs and the impact Paul Parker gets on a role, he cannot take him out, and therefore the keeper in the team as mentor coach. This was him communicating to us, and we accepted it in good faith because we don't want to upset the balance of the team. We wanted him to do well. So at every stretch we can go for accommodate things, and even though within the scope, we can accommodate them. So that was the reason. Now, on the goalkeeper coach, so following this revelation from Ministry of Sport and blah blah, and where Mohamed present to NSSA, the goalkeeper coach who currently not qualify, not get paper, and for not for PM. The technical committee advised that the goalkeeper coach should be set aside a moment for look for a new goalkeeper coach. Mohamed Kallon came back and said he don't get goalkeeper coach, and this goalkeeper coach is in Belgium. Or for cut ticket for him, he fly, he go join the team. And we said to him, no, we cannot go this approach. You have to look internally. And the reason for this is very simple. We cannot have a goalkeeper coach, we only they appear for match. After 3 days, he disappear. So we cannot keep a goalkeeper coach like that. The reason why Slaffer can always employ the goalkeeper coach as staff of Slaffer, and because it's a very important technical aspect of the game. Because you need them in expertise for impact the local goalkeepers. Trained them on daily basis, which the young man Banju have been doing to a very marvelous extent. He may not be qualified on paper, but he don't make efforts. Every morning they go out and train goalkeepers, blah blah. We not sabi them, you other assemble and train them. So we say now this kind of approach now wants. So about 3 or 4 days going into this tournament, this FIFA series, Mohamed, we are not going to see your goalkeeper coach. Okay, at this material time, if you don't have a goalkeeper coach, can you recommend a goalkeeper coach to you? He said, Uda. And then we said, go with Alan. Who is Alan? The goalkeeper coach of Bow Rangers. Alan, by his pedigree and what he has done, I've seen the goalkeepers who have come through Bow Rangers and the excellence they have performed, from Ibrahim to Rope, with the Liberia now, to the current backup goalkeeper who then gets one the number 1 now, which is a good job. So Mohamed said to us, but he's a foreigner. After all, we find it very difficult to get jobs in other countries as foreigners. So, me no think say I will go at this material time. You understand? End of story. Is that imposition? Say no, you need go. No issue. You can go. So this was the first time the national team traveled without a goalkeeper coach. You understand? And that also...
Would I make this recommendation to Kallon?
The technical committee made the recommendation to Kallon. Yes. Now, what else? What was the other issue on this? So on the just concluding on the press conference team, on the post-match press conference, FIFA haven't taken notice that we had sent our assistant coach, which in actual fact was not the assistant coach but the mentor coach, said to us, no, Mohamed have to attend the post-match press conference. This is a FIFA series. It's a very important event to FIFA, blah, 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 blah. The coaches have to be there. Mohamed said he will not attend. The FIFA rep on ground spoke to him, the team manager, the head of delegation, say no, they attend. And he did not. So operating with somebody who they go out here and we're supposed to do the right things on behalf of the country, on behalf of the football, and then they refuse to do them. No, we cannot continue to operate with
Benson, the production team just give 5 minutes for wrap up this issue. But what next? When will they get coach for the national football team?
So we have a good period for look within. I mean, we have at least up to the next 3 months before the next international window.
How do you feel they approach this?
We are approaching it with all seriousness. We're going to look for somebody we really...
Una they put out application for let people apply on get for do...
We can do either way. We can headhunt, we can put out an application. I mean, football, you can headhunt. I mean, every PR, any HR.
Una they look inwards or una they look out?
I must say, inwards, at this material time, no. We are looking outward.
Una looking for a foreign coach?
But
we're looking outward.
The FA get money for for pay any foreigner we get the quality?
Well, we are looking forward to get a coach who will go negotiate with. If government agree for pay, then pay. It is government that pays, so that's what we are doing. But we are really, really looking forward to a coach who will believe say, because we want to do it. We want to be in the 2027 AFCON, the Bamuja. Yeah, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. We want to be there, and if we want to be there, it starts now.
You should look out. It can be a person from Sierra Leone descent or foreigner.
Yeah, if we have somebody from Sierra Leone and decide the outside, we get the required qualification, or believe say get the requirement for take it to the next level. Why not?
Okay. Messages, quick one. As production team, don't give you just 5 minutes addition. This one from Ibrahim say in football they say when the game is already decided behind the scene, they wish you only complete the script. Calling it a lack of coaching license now sounds more like a convenient conspiracy than a genuine issue. If he truly didn't have the license when asked to present it, why was he appointed in the first place, only for it to be later become a matter of exposure to the FA?
And this one from Taplima Peter, they say, Benson, knowing you, I can see you are greatly constrained to sell the narrative of yours. My view is this is a miscalculated move and thus leaves the listening public more confused.
For the Kama, I say Benson is making a lot of sense here. The FA must also accept they were negligence and over-compromise with Kallon's situation.
And this one from Abu, now we 0779819819, they ask why now?
And more messages them now we Facebook page, and also now we 0779819819 line. This one they say coaches all over the world are most likely sacked based on team performance. If that's not the case with the sacking of Kallon, then you Mr. Secretary General, has to convince Reunions more as the rationale behind your decision from Air Amos Williams.
And this other one from Alicious, where they say, thanks Benson for setting the record straight. Kallon should realize that he was working under FA and not under NSA. And still from Alicious Abdul Swahili, they say, let the FA update the public about the latest on Leon Stars kit, whether an Umbro or other brand will get for go with.
This one say I am from Samboy Casanova. They say I am a UEFA license B holder under the Belgium Federation and also the U18 first team coach of Sacco Broche in Belgium. As a licensed coach, I must speak to the media every week, especially on match days. It is a rule. As a coach, I also should not and never speak to the media when it comes to personal issues or issues connecting to the club or the FA. Kallon made a wrong move by speaking on the media about the status of his license, especially when it was not up to that. He made a blunder.
Well, this will come now in our studio for Benson respond to some of the text messages.
Yes, so Mr. Taplima, I have been very convinced here, in my opinion and in my view. So if he says, knowing me, I'm struggling to put the case across as to why Mohamed Kallon was sacked. It is his view. I cannot go against that. But I think I've made beer here as to the reasons behind Mohamed Kallon being relieved of his duty as a head coach of Leon Stars. Probably he had sent that message before I let out most of the things. Maybe now have a rethink, and the same can be said about most of the Texans who think, the FA have not done the right thing. Because I'll guess that you are not reading the 100th message. You must be reading between the first 10 to 20, as the case may be, which was the earlier part of the program.
Somebody asked about the Umbro.
So the Leon Stars kits or the national team kits is a serious issue that we are trying to resolve. For out of full and frank disclosure, I will say this because these are some of the reasons we have problem with Mohamed, because he was not disclosing to us in the full and frank manner. We want to change from Umbro, so we had approached Adidas, and we have been working with Adidas, and then Adidas said to us, at this material time, we cannot to be able to complete from design, from concept to design to production before you play your FIFA series match or before the AFCON commences in June, if at all the qualifiers commences. So based on this, we had an agreement with them to work with one of their agents, who happens to be one of their designers, a Sierra Leonean, Fode Dumboya, who owns LeBron. Yes, it's LeBron Athletic or LeBron Adidas. So we made the makeshift arrangements to work with him because he had already designed something before, which was being used by other associations around Sierra Leone, particularly the NOC. Yeah, so we adopted that, and that was what we went with. But we are still pursuing, a long-term, deal for the national teams with Adidas.
If Leon started play match today, whose jazz will they see? Whose brand?
We played a few days ago. We played with LeBron, and if we are to play today, it will be LeBron.
So what's in the old una back for sign a contract with LeBron, we na local brand?
No, we have a contract with them, but it's not long term. It's a stopgap measure. This was an agreement between ourselves, LeBron, and Adidas. Because this, by the way, like I said, that design, if you see the design from LeBron, it has been out for a long period. I mean, if you follow the sporting landscape, it is there. So Adidas said to us to get the concept, to conceptualize what you have to do in terms of the jersey, yeah, and transform it into a design and produce the material and eventually go into the industrial zone to do the sewing. It's a whole complex issue. I would not want to have something from their stores directly, which is not Israeli related.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Benson Bawo, Secretary General Salon Football Association, for joining me in edition of the program for talk on the sacking of Mohamed Kallon and the future for the national football team Leon Stars and what's next in terms of the coaching. Plenty thank you. As we mentioned earlier, we've been trying to get the NSA, but we'll not be able to get person and even try to get from Kallon and in backroom staff, but not be able to get person. We for talk to in any time any one of them ready for talk, then the Radio Democracy still open up to them for getting your own voice. Now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salongo Lefi for today. Plenty thank you to Yeno Kabia and Mange Mansari for producing the program. Thank you to DJ Kiman for in technical support. And plenty thank you to Mirika Mabangra. We make una see live on Facebook. So today, Musa Kamade say have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
And me, Jaffa Man Stevens.